welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're going to be looking at Let It Ride again. I absolutely love this stamp set because it's got the beautiful line drawings of the horses on. But today we're going to use this lovely tree and make a card using that. So what we need is a piece of Whisper White cardstock, which measures 5 1/4 inches by 3 1/2 inches, and we've taken the stitched or the rectangle stitched framelits, which I keep saying I'm using all the time, and we've used the, let me get it out, we've used the 1 2 3 1 2 3 4, the 5th one down. So we're just literally using that as a mask. So we're going to take that out. This piece we can use for something else, but that's the size that we're using today, and it's going to create us the perfect mask. So we need a piece of Whisper White cardstock to go in underneath this. Now I am going to get my scratch paper out, which is just a bit of copy paper, but it's easier to see. And we are going to take another piece of the cardstock cut exactly the same, so that the mask will go on the front like this, and we can use that. Now you can tape it down if you want to. I'm not going to, and we're just going to use a sponge and 2 colours. So we're going to use Highland Heather and we're going to use Gorgeous Grape. So with the Highland Heather, remember the trick, press it at the top, clicks it open, and then you can slide it open quite easily. And we need to just take our sponge, and we are going to sponge the background of this. So I'm just going to make sure, because it's exactly the same size and you've got a fairly wide border, you don't need to tape it down. So I'm just going to take some ink and very lightly, as I've always said with sponging, start light and then just build it up as you go. So we're just going to start lightly and sponge all the way round. So starting from the outside, as I've always said, you can always add ink, but it's very difficult to take it away. So it takes a little bit longer, but you just literally work it round, and if you press lightly, you don't tend to get the blobby bits and, you know, mark lines when you press more deeply. So as I say, just keep building it up and take it from the outside in, working it way as you go, so making sure that it's in those corners. And as the colour starts to take onto the paper, you can do it just a little bit more firmly. But what we want to do is to build up the colour as we go. So we're taking it in from the outside, and as I say, building it up as we go. So you can see it starting to come along. We want it a little bit darker than this, so as I say, just keep building it up, take your time, because the more time you spend, the more likely you are to get a nice smooth look rather than a blobby look. So let's take it in on the center again and keep just working it up as you go. And you can see that that's coming through beautifully and smooth all the way round. And as I say, just keep working it through like that until you've got enough. Okay, so now We're going to take that off, and we've got a lovely frame of the Highland Heather. Now we're going to take the gorgeous Grape and again click it at the top, opens it up, and you can open the pad up easily. And we are going to take this lovely tree stamp from Let It Ride. So let me just take that one out and line it up on a block, because what we want to do is to just create this image running across. So I'm just going to line it up on my block. You can put the stickers on if you want, it's entirely up to you, but you don't have to. We've done without stickers for a long time, and so if you're at all nervous about putting the new very sticky stickers on, you don't have to. So we need to ink this up. Now I am going to do it this way round so I can see exactly where my ink is for this first image, and we are then going to take it from just about in the center, and I want a little bit of it off. So we're going to take it up like that, and then we're going to line it up again onto the next bit. And I don't think I need, do I need another one on the other side? I don't know. I could do with just one little other one, so it's just going to come off. Now let's work out how we're going to do this, because what I don't want is for it to double stamp over the top. So just want a little bit. So I'm cleaning this off on the Simply Chamois first of all, making sure that it's completely dry, and then it's going to stamp that way. So what I need to do is to just add a little bit of masking tape over on here, so that way round, and because we only want that little tree on there, so I'm just going to put some masking tape over the top to block this bit off. So that none of the ink's going to come on. I think that should be fine, because I'm not going to ink right up into that piece here. And then I just want this little one like that, and then I can take the masking tape off, and then I know that it's not going to come outside the area that I want. Okay, so just get that little bit up off of here. Right, then those bits can go carefully into the bin, so I don't get them all over my fingers, which I'm bound to do. So there's me putting them in the bin and getting my fingers covered in ink. So Simply Chamois to the rescue, get that little bit of ink off my fingers, because the last thing we want is, oh, it's still stuck to me. The last thing we want is the ink to be over our image, and then we can just take this one and just put that so that some of it is going to come off like that. Perfect. Okay, so now we've got our image across. All we need to do is to stamp a sentiment. Now, I'm not going to use the sentiments from Let It Ride because it's trees, but I am going to use the sentiment from one of the celebrations, which is Past My Story. I absolutely love the sentiments in this, and I thought that The World Needs More People Like You would be perfect, because it goes with that lovely sort of nature tree image. So let me have a look and make sure that I've got this one. Where is it? The World Needs More People Like You. Here we go. So let's just take that one out. We can put it on. Will it go on this block? No, it won't. I should probably do it on the next one. In fact, I'm going to get the block in between, because I don't want a too big block, because it's easier to use the correct block. Then you don't end up with any rocking or anything like that, because you've got the stamp fitting into the block. So let's just put this one on here, make sure that I've got it up straight. That looks about right to me. Okay, what I am going to do is to stamp it off once to make sure that I've got it as straight as I want. Yes, I have. Okay, so we're going to stamp that up, and we're going to put this just down in the bottom like that. The world needs more people like you. And then, as I say, a very simple, easy card today. We are just going to, I just need to clean my block, because I always like to clean things straight away, particularly with some of the darker colours. You don't want them to stain your stamps, particularly if you're using photopolymer. And we then need to just mount this. So let me have a look and see what I've got to mount this with. I think I should have some. Have I got a piece of purple in here? Yes, I should have. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to just remove this out of the way, then you can see it, because you don't need the scratch paper in the way now. And I'm not going to mount this for you, but I would put this on here, which just matches in perfectly, and then put it on a white card base. I like using white card bases. I know we can use our coloured cardstock, but I think sometimes just having a matted border just brings everything out rather beautifully. So here we have a very simple card, but using something out of the Let It Ride, not just the horses, but using that lovely tree to give that simple lined image with the world needs more people like you. So thank you so much for watching me, and do look forward to seeing you again. Bye bye.